strap, and we'll get started. So the idea for class today is at the end of class, we're going to be playing with a lot of toe stands, which are going to be fun and maybe a little bit silly because I'll tell you right now, I am not that good at them. So this is going to be a little bit of do what I say, not what I do, but that's fine. We all have to start somewhere. So we're going to start seated today. Get sitting down however you want to. If you're comfortable, I'm going to suggest Baddha Konasana. So feet together, knees wide, but still sitting up tall. I've got one more light to plug in. So start to get yourself settled in and comfortable. All right. Start to slow down your breath here. My favorite thing to begin class with is as we slow down your breath, you have the opportunity to slow down your thoughts. Your body and mind will follow suit. As your thoughts slow down. Take a few deep breaths. Breathing in and out. Another breath in and out. Our thought for class today is by a woman named Liz Stanley. She is a PhD. Even when we can't control the situation around us, we can always choose where we're directing our attention. So keep that in mind as we move through class tonight. We might not be able to control the situation around us, but we can control where we're directing our attention. A few more breaths here to let yourself get settled. Last breath in and last breath out. Extend your legs out in front of you. I like to have a little bit of a gap in between my legs. You can decide whether you want them right together or further apart because we'll only be here for a minute. Sit up nice and tall, crown of head stacked right over your sacrum. And start to point your feet forward, but only point the ball of your feet forward. Your toes are still kind of pointing up at the earth. I've heard this called floint because it's a blend between flex and point. I've also heard it called Barbie feet, which makes me laugh. It makes a lot of sense to me. So if you see if you can find that shape with your feet. Toes are flexed, feet are pointed, pressing the ball of your foot forward. Now point your feet all the way, toes point forward. Feel that stretch along the top of your foot. Okay, toes back up, ball of foot still presses forward. Whoo, my toes started to cramp there. And then flex your feet all the way up. We'll move through that one more time. So floint or Barbie feet, toes are up, balls of feet pressing forward. And point your toes. Back to Barbie feet. And flex your feet. And shake it out. My thighs and everything start to light up. Draw your right foot in towards your groin, making a nice number 4 shape. And gently walk your fingertips over, reaching towards your calf, the earth, your foot if it makes it there. And gently release your head all the way as close as you can. Working here on lengthening the back of your left hamstring while simultaneously opening your right hip. With each breath in, find some length between your vertebrae. And with each breath out, release your face just a millimeter or two closer to your leg. One more breath in. One more breath out. Gently walk your fingers back, roll yourself back up to seated. Pick up your right foot right where it's at and set it into half lotus. If half lotus doesn't feel good for you, then leave it right where it's at. But otherwise, take your right foot and stack it up towards your hip crease on your left thigh. And just settle in here for a minute. This can be a lot on your knee, so you can either place a block underneath your knee or support it with your right hand or skip this altogether. But we don't do a lot of lotus because it's not a particularly accessible pose. So we're going to do half lotus tonight. Sit up tall, flex your left foot. Crown of head is reaching towards the ceiling. One more breath in. And one more breath out. Now we're going to pick up our shin and rock the baby. So literally start to flex your right foot, reach down, pick up your shin like it's a baby. So if you can see me here, I've got the sole of my foot in my elbow crease and my other arm is looped around the bottom of my knee. And you can sit up nice and tall. If you're crunching down, then release it and just hang on to the foot with your left hand. But if you can get both hands wrapped around, sit up nice and tall and just start to rotate back and forth gently. You can move slow or quick. Again, opening up that hip. Sitting up nice and tall. One more breath. Now set your right foot down outside of your left thigh, moving into a twist. Reach your arms up high, twist over to the right, hooking your elbow or maybe your hand on the outside of that thigh, your right fingertips bracing behind you, gaze back over your right shoulder. Last breath in. Last breath out. We'll repeat the whole thing on the other side. So extend your right leg. Draw your left leg up into your groin. Walk your fingertips down to your calf or your foot, wherever they reach. Breathe as you settle into this pose. Our very last toe stand that we will try today, I have a series of them starting with easy up to challenging, has this open hip, this pigeon shape. So we're hitting these hips pretty good, hitting the toes pretty good, all to get us as close as we can to that toe stand. Start to walk your fingertips back, moving into half lotus. Left foot comes up into that hip crease as high as you can get it. Sit nice and tall. Flex your right foot. Don't let your right foot be lazy. Now pick up that right foot. Either flex your left foot, just hang on to it with your right hand, or set that right foot inside your elbow crease, wrap all the way around, and rock your baby, rock that leg out. I feel this on the outside of my hip in particular. You might feel it differently. Set your left foot down outside the edge of your thigh. Reach your arms up, twist over to the left, hook your arm or elbow maybe on that left knee. Left fingertips brace behind you, gaze back over your left shoulder. One more breath in and one more breath out. Unwind all of that all the way. Come all the way down onto your back. Plant your feet right next to your bum. We're going to move through a few bridge postures right here at the beginning of class. My first thing I always make you do before we do bridge, this gap underneath your low back. We want to close this gap so we're engaging your core and finding a hollow body shape before we press into bridge. So find that space behind your low back. Rock your pelvis forward so that gap at your low back is now closed. From here, press your hips high and squeeze your glutes, engage your back body, lifting up. From here, pressing through your feet, glutes engaged, start to float your arms up towards the ceiling, fingertips point up, and let them come all the way overhead. Now, as we exhale, we're going to lower down and bring our arms back down. So exhale, arms come all the way up, all the way back down alongside your body. And we'll do that in one big motion. Inhale, press hips high, arms reach up and overhead. And exhale, lower the hips, arms back down alongside your body. And again, inhale up, hips up, arms overhead. And exhale back down. We'll do this about 3 more times. Inhale, press hips high, arms float up. Exhale, lower. As you lower, your flat low back should be the first thing that lands, not your butt. That means you're maintaining that hollow body shape. Inhale, hips press up, hands come overhead. Exhale, lower, and your low back should be the first thing that hits. Once more, inhale, press up. And exhale, lower down. Pick up your right foot, cross your ankle over your left knee. We're just going to stay here for a couple breaths. One more breath in. Big exhale. Release your right foot down. Switch left ankle over the top of the right knee. One more breath in. And one more breath out. Draw your knees into your chest, grab the backs of your knees, just your lower thigh, and rock and roll on a rounded spine 3 times. Give it a good 3 rocks, don't rush this. Until on the last one, you balance right on your tailbone into boat. Have your toes up at eyeball height. You can stay here grabbing the backs of your thighs, or release your hands out in front of you, keeping your chest lifted. If your back starts to collapse and your chest is concaving, then grab the backs of your knees and open up your chest. Take a breath in, and breath out, come to low boat. Your feet don't quite touch, your shoulders don't quite touch, your hands don't quite touch. Back up to high boat, and low boat. High boat, low boat. High boat, low boat. Hold it here, hold it here, hold it here. Again, that low back should be flat against the ground, that hollow body shape. One more breath in. And release, relax all the way down. Without thinking too hard about it, come over onto your hands and knees into a tabletop position. We're moving into cat-cow, coming into cat first. Round your back. Press your spine towards the ceiling, tuck your chin, squeeze your ears like they're going to press all the way back between your biceps. Inhale, come to cow. Belly drops, head lifts, the shoulder blades together and down your back, opening across your collarbones. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Continue to move through these on your own breath, but add your own twist to it. Give your body whatever it needs. Do you need to hold in a particular spot? Do you need to rotate around? Do you need to add some twisting in your neck or your hips? One hand slides under maybe. You play with whatever it is that you need here. Come to a neutral spine, a still tabletop position. Tuck your toes, reach your hips high, first downward facing dog of the night. So feel it out for a minute, just the same as we did in cat-cow. Give your body what it needs. Bend one leg, then the other. Bend both knees really deep. Re-straighten, check in. How do things feel tonight? Breath in, breath out. Tiptoe your feet all the way up to the top of your mat towards your hands. Then step your right foot outside your right hand, left foot outside your left hand. Sink your hips down, coming into Malasana. If you're up on your toes a little bit, if heels are off the ground, if that feels better, that's totally fine. Send your tailbone down towards the earth and the crown of your head up towards the sky. Use your elbows to press your hips open, opening across your collarbones. Reach your right hand out in front of you. Maybe drop your right shoulder down a little bit. Brace your fingertips on the ground. Send your left arm up high. And exhale, hands to heart center. Switch to the other side. Left arm reaches out. Right arm reaches up. Breath in. And breath out. Hands come back to heart center. Plant your hands on the ground. Send your hips high. Heel toe your feet in towards one another. Find a nice deep forward fold. If you need your knees bent, especially right off the bat or through the entirety of your practice, you do that. Clasp opposite elbows, sway back and forth a little bit. Really release your neck, release your head. Drop your fingertips down to your mat. Slowly roll all the way up to standing. Inhale, send your arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. Inhale, send everything up. Exhale, either bow or swan dive all the way down back to your forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift. Fingertips plant. Crown of head reaches forward. Your hands can also be on your shins. If your fingertips are on the ground, line your number 1 and 2 fingers, your peace sign fingers, up with the tips of your toes. Engage your core. Let your neck be long, not crunched down, not looking up, long and neutral. And exhale, forward fold back down. Inhale, roll up to standing. Arms float up, send your gaze up to your fingertips. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, half lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, roll up to standing, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more, just like that. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll up, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart. We're going to move through our sun salutation A. Our challenge today, to mix it up a little bit today, you want to try it, do your upward facing dog on your toes. Most of us flip over onto the tops of our feet in upward facing dog. Not everybody, but if you're one of those people that flips over onto the tops of your feet, try it a little differently tonight. Stay on your toes. For me, it's not more difficult. It's just a matter of force of habit. I'm so used to doing it the other way that it challenges my brain just to make a tiny change. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot back, step your left foot back. Stay here in your high plank. Check in with your high plank. How's it feeling today? Your heels right over your balls of your feet, shoulders are over your wrists, core is engaged, kneecaps are lifting, thighs are flexed. Take a breath in. Exhale, elbows point back toward the back of the room, lower all the way down in one solid piece, all the way to your belly. Leave your toes tucked. Inhale up to baby cobra. And exhale, forehead down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, forehead down. One more time. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, forehead down. Press back to your tabletop. And then all the way up, downward facing dog. We'll pause here for 3 breaths. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, tiptoe or step all the way up to your hands. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, roll up, gaze up, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot back, step your right foot back, lower down. Maybe this time you stop halfway in chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Keep your toes tucked. It feels a little weird. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, make your way all the way up to your hands. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, roll up. Gaze up, let your arms float up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time, just like that. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back. If you're ready, jump back, land in chaturanga. Lower down, halfway or all the way. Inhale, up dog. Keep the toes tucked. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Last breath in. Gaze at your hands and make your way all the way up to your hands. Inhale on a half lift. Exhale, find a forward fold. Breathe in, roll up, gaze up. And exhale, hands to heart. Close your eyes down. We'll pause here for just a few breaths before we move into the meaty sequence of class tonight. Breath in, breath out. We start things off nice and easy with a Vinyasa sun salutation. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, jump back, you choose, lower down. As you move through cobra or upward facing dog, try and keep those toes tucked. We'll all meet together in downward facing dog. Breath in and breath out. Inhale, lift your right foot up, 3-legged dog. Press through your heel, your foot is flexed. You're trying to square your hips down. Your right hip is going to want to open, don't let it. As you exhale, move your shoulders over your wrists. Let your right knee come into your nose. High plank with this knee tucked in. Start to let your back heel fall over to the right side of the room. Your left hand reaches and grabs the bottom of your right foot. You can hang on to it close to your chest or extend that right foot out towards the side of the room. This side plank with your right foot extended underneath your body. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, let go of your right foot and drop your knee down to the ground. So now you're in a supported version of side plank. Left arm reaches up. And maybe let your left arm drop over your ear towards the front of the room. You're going to press into that right hand, lifting your right knee back off the earth. Now take your right foot, hook it behind your left standing ankle. So this is a side plank we don't do much. Your right foot hooked around the back of your left ankle. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, keep that little ankle cross. Your left hand plants on the ground. You're in side plank, so you're only on the ball of your left foot. And move through a vinyasa, keeping that little ankle cross. When you make it all the way to downward facing dog, you can uncross that right foot from the left and find your down dog. Breath in and breath out. We'll do that same thing on the other side, nice and slow. Inhale, send your left leg up. 3-legged dog. Flex Drawing your left hip down towards the ground. Breath in. Breath out, shoulders over wrists. Knee comes to nose. High plank on the ball of your back foot. Start to let your back heel drop over to the left. Your right hand grabs the bottom of your left foot, extends towards the side of the room. You can set this left foot on the ground if you need a little more support. Take a breath in. And then release that left foot. Let that knee come right underneath your core. Right arm reaches up into this supported side plank. Let your right bicep fall over your ear. Right fingertips reaching towards the front of the room, making this rainbow shape from your right fingertips all the way to your right heel. Send your right fingertips back up towards the sky. Press into that left hand. Pick up that left knee and hook it behind your right ankle. Take a breath in. And your right hand comes down to the earth, high on the ball of your right foot. Left foot's hooked over that ankle. Move through your vinyasa. This is why we practice keeping our toes tucked. And then unhook, come into downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, look at your hands. Exhale, walk or step or float all the way up to those hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Roll up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll repeat that same thing, picking up the pace a little bit, and then we'll slow it down again and add on. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, move all the way to downward dog, your favorite way. And we'll meet there. From downward dog, inhale, right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose under your body. Heel drops to the right, left hand grabs right foot, extend. Now you can set that right knee on the ground in that supported side plank, or you can just release it and immediately hook the right ankle behind the left foot right into this side plank with this ankle hook. Breath in, breath out, left hand plants, heels rotate up, maybe you're on one foot, lower down. Moving all the way through your vinyasa with that little special ankle cross. And unwind when you get to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, now we're slowing things down. Inhale your right leg up, back to three-legged dog. Pressing into that heel. Walk your hands to the back of your mat, to your left foot. So you find yourself in a standing splits. That right leg never came down. Breath in and breath out. Slowly start to lift your upper body. Fingertips come off the ground. Your right knee comes into your chest as your right arms come up towards the sky. Now we're going to make that same figure four shape we started at the beginning of class with. Your right ankle crosses over your left knee. Start to bend your left knee. Hands come to prayer. This is standing figure four. We'll repeat this later. We'll get comfy with this today. Take a breath in and a breath out. Start to lower your chest so it's almost parallel with the earth. You can airplane your arms out. Now twist right fingertips towards the sky, left fingertips towards the earth. Start to rotate your shoulders. Breath in, breath out. Now your left hand grabs your right foot or your right knee. Slowly come up to standing. If you've got that knee, you'll be here in a standing twist holding your knee. If you chose to hang on to that foot, left hand grabs right foot, comes up to standing and extend. Your right arm fingertips are towards the back of the room, left knee or foot towards the front of the room. Sweep your right hand forward, grabbing either the front of your knee or your foot, and gently lower down, hanging onto that knee or foot. Don't quite let it touch the ground. Release, fingertips touch the ground, right leg comes all the way back up to standing splits. Breath in and breath out. One more breath in and breath out. Keeping that right leg lifted, walk your hands forward towards the front of your mat. You're right back in downward facing dog. Take a breath in, breath out, lower down, move through your vinyasa, or come all the way to downward facing dog, and we'll meet there. We're gonna do that same thing, and then we'll start to slow it down again and add on. Inhale, lift your left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose in this high plank. Right heel falls behind you. Right hand grabs that left foot, pressing and reaching towards the side of the room. You can set the knee down underneath you or hook that foot right behind your heel and ankle. Right hand plants. You're high on the ball of your right foot. Lower down. Moving through your vinyasa all the way. Downward facing dog where you can unhook those legs. Breath in. Breath out. Slowing things down. Moving through that standing portion. Lift your left leg up. Three-legged dog. Again, flexing that foot. As you exhale, walk your hands back towards your right foot, moving into standing splits. Inhale, start to lift your chest. Bring your left knee with you, all the way up to standing. Now your left ankle sits on top of that right knee. Hands can come to heart. Press through all four corners of your standing foot. Squeeze your right glute. Start to drop your chest so you're parallel to the earth or almost parallel. Airplane your arms out. Now we twist right fingertips down, left fingertips up. Start to stand up. Your right hand grabs your left knee or foot, coming into a standing twist. If you've got that foot, extend it towards the front of the room. Send your chest back facing the front of the room. Grab your foot or knee. Slowly fold down. Don't quite let that foot hit the ground. Fingertips plant. Left leg goes right back up. Three-legged or standing splits. Breath in and breath out. Walk your hands forward. Don't let your left foot drop back to three-legged dog. Exhale, shift forward, high plank. Maybe your left leg stays lifted. Lower down. Move through your vinyasa. Come all the way to downward facing dog. Breath in and breath out. Inhale, look at your hands. Exhale, tiptoe, hop, step all the way up to meet your hands. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, roll up. Send your gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a few breaths here. We're going to repeat all of that and then add on. One last addition. Breath in and breath out. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, move through your vinyasa, or just go to right to downward facing dog. Starting on our right side, inhale your right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose in high plank. Grab your foot with your left hand, extend it out. Release that, hook the right foot behind your left heel. Left hand plants down, heel rotates up. Lower down, move through your vinyasa, all the way to downward facing dog. Unwind those feet, down dog. Inhale, right leg up, three-legged dog. Walk your hands back, 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 standing splits. Inhale, lift your chest. Let your arms come up, your right knee comes with you. Figure four shape, right foot crosses over the top of the left knee. Drop your chest to parallel. Airplane your arms. Left fingertips down, right fingertips up. Grab that foot or knee, coming into a standing twist. Swing your chest, square it back up with the front of the room. Lower that foot or knee, don't quite let it sweep the ground. Fingertips come down, right leg comes up. Walk your hands forward, back to three-legged dog. Stay here, breath in, breath out, knee to nose. This time, step your right foot right in between your hands, pressing through the ball of your back foot. Inhale your chest up to crescent lunge. Breath in, breath out. Breath in. Exhale, fingertips come down around your right foot. Drop your left knee. Send your hips back over your heels, straightening out your front leg. Right heel is on the ground, moving into half Hanumanasana. So you can stay here. This is a little bit of a variation. Oftentimes when you see half Hanumanasana, your hips stay above your knee. Changing it up a little bit, sending our hips all the way back to your heel. Breath in, breath out. Rebend that right knee. Walk those hands forward. Tuck that toe. Lift your chest back up to high crescent. Breath in. Exhale, cactus those arms. Find a little bit of a back bend here. Sending your palms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, plant your hands around that front foot. Right foot, step back to high plank, lower down, move through your vinyasa all the way to downward facing dog. Breath in and breath out. And we'll do the left side. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Left foot extends out to the side. Grab with your right hand. Release, hook the left foot around the right heel. Right foot, hand plants. Heel rotates up. Move through your vinyasa to downward facing dog. Unwind those feet. Inhale your left leg up, three-legged dog. Hands walk back to your right foot so you're in standing splits. Inhale, lift your chest. Your knee comes along for the ride. And your left ankle stacks just above your right knee to standing figure four. Breath in, breath out, lower your chest to parallel. Airplane those arms out. Right fingertips down, left fingertips up. Grab onto your foot or knee, coming into a standing twist. Sweep the left arm down, square your chest to the front of the room. Lower that foot, let it almost sweep, but not quite touch. Left foot continues all the way up, standing splits. Walk your hands forward. Left foot stays up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, step your left foot through. Inhale, chest up to high crescent. Breath in, breath out. Let your fingertips come down around your right foot. Around your left foot, drop your back knee. Walk your fingertips back, straighten your left leg. Sink your hips back, half Hanumanasana. Breath in, breath out. Walk your fingertips forward as you rebend your left knee. Press right back into high crescent. Inhale. Exhale, cactus your arms. Find a back bend. Palms facing up towards the ceiling. Exhale, plant those hands, dive right back down. Your left foot steps back to high plank. Press a downward dog. Or add in one last vinyasa here. From downward dog, we'll pause for a few breaths. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, walk or step or float all the way up to your hands. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, roll up. Gaze up, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale and exhale. We're going to move through that one last time, but I'm going to pull a big chunk out of the middle, I think. We'll play with it a little. Breath in and breath out. Inhale, everything goes up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, move right to down dog, or if you've got it in you, another vinyasa. There's a lot of these tonight. Inhale, send your right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Grab your right foot, extend it out to the side. Release it, hook it behind your standing heel, lift up, and exhale. Keep that ankle crossed, left hand plants, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Maybe your ankles are still crossed. Exhale, down dog. Uncross those feet coming into downward facing dog. Listen up, here's our change. Inhale, your right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, step your right foot through. This time, drop your left knee, sweep your hands back, half Hanumanasana, your fingertips pointing towards the back of the room. Maybe they aren't touching the ground. Take a breath in. We're gonna press forward to high crescent, don't touch the ground. Sweep your arms forward, don't touch, high crescent. Exhale, cactus, that back bend. Inhale up. Exhale, plant your hands. Right foot steps back, lower. Up dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Breath in and breath out. Other side, last time through, here we go. Left leg up, knee to nose. Right heel drops back, grab your left foot, extend it out. Unwind, cross that left foot behind that standing ankle, right arm up. Keep that ankle crossed, right hand plants. Lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Uncross those ankles, moving into your traditional down dog. Here we go, left leg reaches up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, step your left foot through. Drop your back knee right away. Send your hips back, fingers pointing towards the back of the room. Don't touch, rebend your front leg, right into crescent. Breath in, breath out, cactus, back bend. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back to high plank, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll pause here for just a couple breaths. We have one last bit of really hard work before we get to finish it off with a little bit of rest before we move on. Breath in and breath out. Roll forward to your high plank. Shoulders over wrists, high on the balls of your feet. Drop your right forearm down to the earth, your heels to the right, coming in to a forearm plank on your right side. We're gonna hold it here for 30 seconds. Okay, I checked my clock. Now the trick here is when we switch to the left side, you're not gonna drop your knees. Got it? Tell yourself right now. Okay, let me read our quote for you. Even when we can't control the situation around us, we can always choose where we're directing our attention. So where are you directing your attention right now? You have about 5 seconds left on this side. You're gonna bring your left arm under. Bring it with me now. Make a number 11 right underneath your body and drop your heels behind you, other side. Now you're on your left forearm. Right arm up. Oh, let me check the time. 30 seconds here. Ready? Breathe. So where are you directing your attention right now at this moment? If maybe this isn't your favorite moment of the day, you can focus on your breath. Find that steady quality. You got about 5 more seconds, but don't just collapse. Take your right arm, bring it under, back to those number 11s, drop to your knees, and come all the way into child's pose. We'll stay here and rest for a little bit. So you can either rest in child's pose, or if you want to come all the way to your belly or onto your back, you decide. Few more breaths here. Start to wake up your body from wherever you're at. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Start to wake things up. Come into a tabletop position. If that got to your wrist a little bit, we were on our wrists a little bit more than usual for that one. You can come onto your fists. Move through a few cat-cows just to wake things up a little bit. Tuck your toes and come to downward facing dog. We're going to move through a little mini triangle sequence just to get our hips, enjoy some wide-legged stance, which we haven't done much of yet today. So lift your right leg up into three-legged dog. Draw your knee to your nose, step your right foot through, dial your back heel down, lift all the way up, warrior one. We'll stay here for just a few breaths. Draw back on your right hip crease. Bring your biceps back towards your ears while still making sure your shoulders are relaxed. Your shoulders will naturally lift up a bit because your arms are lifting up. So don't force them down, but also don't let the shoulders strangle your ears. Take one more breath in. As you exhale, open up warrior two. Take a look down. Make sure your front heel is pointing right at the middle of your back foot. I always have to wiggle in a little bit when I arrive from warrior one. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Reach your right arm forward as far as you can go. When you can't reach any further forward, drop your right hand to the floor or to your calf, to your ankle. Reach your left arm up, coming into triangle. Your chest stays nice and flat, open towards the side of the room. If your chest is collapsing towards the floor, then lift your right hand up a little bit, for closer up your calf. Breath in, breath out. Now let your chest collapse towards the floor. Both hands reach to the floor. Point all 10 toes same direction towards the side of your mat and find a nice deep forward fold. If headstand is in your practice and you can enter a headstand from a straddle position, then go for it. If you want to stay here in this forward fold, we're going to twist towards the front of the room. So take your left hand to your right ankle or calf or shin and reach your right arm up. If you're upside down, start to make your way down. If you're twisting, start to untwist. Send your hands back towards the side of the room. Walk your hands over towards your right foot, framing that right foot. Step your right foot back, press into downward facing dog. And we'll do the other side. Lift your left leg up. Knee to nose, step your left foot through. Dial your back heel down. Lift your chest up, warrior one. This time you're drawing back on your left hip crease, trying to square your hips towards the front of the room. Breathe in and breathe out. Open up, warrior two. Adjust your feet as needed. You're not stuck where you land. You adjust in my class. Make sure that you check in on your little alignment cues. Find those adjustments. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Reach your fingertips towards the front of the room. Reach, 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 reach. Before your left hand comes down, your right arm goes up into triangle. Last breath in. Now let your right hand come down to the floor, close your chest down, point all 10 toes towards the side of the room. Again, finding that nice deep forward, wide-legged forward fold. Again, you can go for that headstand here if you can safely enter from a straddle position. Otherwise, twisting towards the front of the room, your right hand reaches towards your left foot, left arm reaches up. If you're upside down, start to make your way down. If your left arm is reaching up, walk both hands underneath your face again. Now walk your hands around to frame your left foot and step back, downward facing dog. Look towards your hand. Walk or jump or float or handstand all the way up to meet your hands. Find a nice deep forward fold. Again, grab those opposite elbows. Give it a little sway back and forth. Drop your hands down to your mat. Roll up to standing. Shake it out. We'll move through the last part of the balancing postures, and then we'll hit our toe stands. Okay, are we ready? So send your arms up and overhead. I like to make a peaceful yogi gun where you can interlace your fingers, because really press that fist, those knuckles towards the ceiling. Step your left foot behind you, like your ball of your foot's gonna land off of your mat. Lean over to the right, just finding a nice side bend from your right heel all the way up your side body. Now bring your hands down to your chest. Draw your left knee right up to your chest. We've been here before. Stack your left ankle over the top of your right knee into this figure four shape. We're gonna hold it here for just a second. Maybe squat a little bit deeper. I didn't make us do any chair today, so this is the closest we're gonna get to chair. Enjoy it. Inhale, start to straighten that standing leg. Unwind your left leg. Now kick it back behind you, coming into warrior three. Again, flexing that foot, pointing the toes down at the earth. Pointing your toes down at the earth helps square your hips towards the ground. Breath in. As you exhale, start to bend your standing leg, but not too much. Draw your left knee into your chest. Plant your left foot next to your right, and drop your hips all the way down. So now we're in a toe stand. I'm gonna turn towards you. Okay, you guys, no promises here. I'm warning you, I'm not good at these. You might get a good laugh. Okay, here we go. Option number one. You're on your toes. You're good, right? This makes sense. So far we've been standing on our right leg, so we're gonna keep it that way. You're gonna stay on your right toe this whole time. So stay right here, option one. Option two, your left leg crosses over, your left toes on the ground. Well, for me, I adjust my legs and then I leave one fingertip on the ground and the other fingertip on the ground. So here's your cross-leg toe stand. Okay, give that a try. If you need to shake it out at any point, shake it out, because we have a couple more of these to go. Okay, so that's the crossed leg. Left toes kind of helping you keep your balance there. Okay, got it? All right, option number two. Again, you'll start in your toe stand. I'm gonna leave my fingertips down. Send your left leg straight out in front of you. Knees are glued together. Okay, just give it a try. That one's a tough one. It really starts to cramp up my quads and stuff. Okay, here we go. This is the pigeon stand we've been working towards. So pick up your left foot, cross it over your right knee, just like we've been working on. One hand comes up, one hand comes up, and maybe the other just for a split second. Give that a try. Okay, last one. I'm warning you guys. This one's tough for me. Okay, so you come to this same pigeon toe stand. Left ankle just over your right knee. Take your left hand, place it through that figure four shape. Got it? Now, you're gonna rock very similar to how we rocked that baby. You bend your elbows, pick up your shin, pick up your shin to prayer hands. So that's the idea. Warning ya, not my strongest suit. Give it a quick try and we'll flip and do the other side. All right, we'll meet back in standing at the top of our mat. Feeling that in my calves and my quads, my ankles, give it a shake. Shifting your weight into your left leg. Hands come to heart, interlace those fingers. Knuckles reach up towards the ceiling. Step your right foot behind you all the way off your mat. Reach, 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 reach. Draw your right knee into your chest. Hands come to heart. Right foot crosses over the left ankle. Into this figure four shape. Hang on to the squat for a minute. Squeeze your left glutes. Inhale, come to standing. Bring your right leg with you. Kick it back. Warrior three. Breath in. Start to bend your standing leg. Bring your right leg with you. Your toes meet next to one another. Drop your hips all the way down. All right. Other side. So here we are, toe stand. And you can hang out here for this whole thing. This is good for you. It's as far as you want to go. Awesome. Your fingertips can come to the ground. Cross your right foot over your left. Right toes plant. Cross-legged toe stand. The next option, straight legs. Send your right leg straight out. Knees are glued together. Hands to heart. And maybe you're better on one side than the other. Totally normal, totally fine. So now we'll do that figure four pigeon. So your right ankle crosses over your left knee just above it. Sometimes I can get this one. Hands come to heart. You can also, by the way, just bring one hand. I think that's going to be it for me tonight. Okay, your last option here. Coming onto that left foot, right leg crosses over. Your right hand goes inside that figure four shape. Bend your elbows. The idea here is that you make a prayer, lifting your shin up with you. Not going to happen for me. So the idea is if you're on your toe, your right hand snaking through, and you make a prayer. Wherever you're at, let's do that together. Come to seated. Plant your feet out in front of you. We'll switch to the other side. Leave your right foot planted. Your left foot crosses over just above your right knee. Reach your left hand through that figure four shape. And your right elbow hooks underneath your ankle. Bring your hands to prayer. And start to sit up so that maybe your shin comes off your knee. And if that doesn't feel good and you're going to keep your fingertips on the ground, go for it. Or just keep your hands in prayer. But if you sit up a little, lift that shin off your knee. So this is the shape that we would ideally make in that toe stand. Breath in and breath out. We'll do the other side. I'll face you this time. So keep your left foot planted. Right ankle crosses just above your left knee. Right hand sneaks through that figure four. Left elbow comes underneath the back of your Achilles tendon. Hands come, fingertips can stay on the ground, or hands come to prayer and lift that shin ever so slightly. It's a subtle movement. My shin's probably only 2 inches away from my leg. It's subtle, but I feel it. Last breath in, last breath out. Release those legs. Now we're going to use that strap. If you didn't hear me at the beginning of class, if you have a strap, grab it. If you don't have a strap, but you have a belt or a rope or a belt that goes with a robe, that'll work too. And if you don't have a strap, I'll give you another option. It's fine. But our back bends tonight are actually going to be a variation of pigeon instead of our regular back bends. I'm tired of them. We're going to try something different. So we're going to start in downward facing dog. Keep that strap at the top of your mat where you can reach it. If you do have a yoga strap, have a loop in one end. If you don't have a yoga strap, just make sure it's long and unwound. Plant your hands, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up, three-legged dog. Bring your right knee behind your right wrist and send your left leg, slide it way back behind you. So we're coming into pigeon. Your right shin is somewhere between a 45 degrees and parallel towards the front of your mat. Get your weight centered right over your body. Nice and stable. So this is proud pigeon. Your chest is lifted. We're gonna stay lifted for a minute, but before we fold into our traditional version of pigeon. From here, you can stay just like this. If you don't have a strap or anything to pretend to be a strap, bend your back leg, reach back with your left hand, grabbing onto that ankle. If you have the space in your body, you can also reach back with your right hand and grab both hands to that foot. If you have the strap, loop it around your left foot, or wrap it if you're just dealing with a belt or a strap, and send your biceps up around your ears, elbows pointing up towards the ceiling. Keep your weight centered over your body. If you start to lean over, fall over to the right, recenter and release that strap a little bit. You can find some more length by releasing the strap. If you're feeling good and you're nice and centered, start to walk your hands toward the end of that strap. And when you get to a spot that you're like, okay, that's far enough, hold it and breathe. One last breath in and breathe out. Don't slingshot that leg back. Gently release it. You're probably feeling it at this point. So now fold over into pigeon, releasing that low back. Your forehead can come down to the earth or onto a block, or you can stay lifted up onto your forearms and just release your neck if that feels better. Gently lift up your chest. Gonna remove that strap. Get your strap settled back to the top of your mat. Tuck your left toe. Bring your right leg up. Take a quick three-legged dog. Roll out that right leg if it started to get a little tingly. Back to downward facing dog. Last side. Lift your left leg up. Left knee behind your left wrist. Set your left shin up somewhere around 45. Let your right leg sneak back behind you, keeping your weight centered over your body. Plant those fingertips. We'll start with just lifting up your chest nice and proud. Now take your strap, bend your right foot. Either just grab on with your right hand or loop that strap. If you've got your foot looped, then bend your arms, biceps back over your ears. Find your edge, your limit. When your body tells you to stop, then stop and breathe. I have a bunch of kids, and my little boys who are 3, 5, and 8 can do this and put their toes on their forehead. And they giggle at me because I'm not even close. A few more breaths here. My daughter's 11, and she's lost a little bit of flexibility because she's gotten very strong doing some tumbling, but she's pretty close too. Gently release that strap, release that leg. Plant your hands on your mat. You can again fold onto your forearms or all the way down, forehead to the mat. Gently lift yourself up. Move that strap out of the way if you're still hooked up. Tuck your right toes. Lift your hips. Come into downward dog. Maybe that left leg goes up, wakes up a little bit. Come back to downward facing dog. Walk your feet all the way forward to your hands. Sit your butt down. Come all the way down onto your back. Right off the bat, draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little bit of relief. It's a lot on your back, that particular posture. Extend your left leg out, keeping hold of your right knee. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, let your right knee cross your body. Your left hand stays on that right knee. Your right arm can reach out to the side. Gaze over at your right fingertips. Bring your right knee back to center. And draw your left knee in, switch legs, send your right leg long. Left knee is into your chest, big breath in. And as you exhale, let that left knee cross over your body. Right hand to the outside of your knee, left arm reaches out. Draw your left knee back into your chest. Draw your right knee back into your chest. Send the soles of both feet up to the ceiling. Reach up, grab your backs of your knees or the outside of your feet, or peace sign finger your big toes. Come into happy baby. Let your knees fall down alongside your body. You can stay here in stillness, or you can rock from side to side. Straighten one leg, straighten both legs. Take a last breath in. And set yourself up in Shavasana. Let your feet come to hip or mat distance, toes falling away from one another. Send your arms down side along your body. Press into your elbows so your back lifts up off the floor. Tuck your shoulder blades under, and then release your weight back down so that your arms will rotate away from your body. Stay here in gratitude for the time that you spent working on yourself today. You have no responsibilities for the next few minutes. I'll call back your attention to finish class. Start to bring some awareness back to your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Raise your eyebrows. Gently roll onto your favorite side in the fetal position. If our thought resonated with you tonight, I invite you to carry it with you this week or this weekend. Even when we can't control the situation around us, we can always choose where we're directing our attention. Press yourself up to seated, finding a comfortable seat. Draw your hands to heart center. Press your thumbs into your heart. Honoring your unique spirit, your soul. The light in me honors and sees the light in each one of you. Namaste.